What's my target heart rate to lose weight? If you're wondering this, you came to the right video. I've got the answer for you, so keep watching. In this video, we'll talk about what your target heart rate has to do with weight loss. And then we'll discuss what your heart rate needs to be in order to lose weight. And last, we'll go over a faster, easier way to lose weight without having to monitor your heart rate. So when somebody comes to me and they ask me what their target heart rate needs to be to lose weight, I always go, all right, so what are you doing? What are you thinking? Where did you get this information? Where did you get this whole idea? I want to know, who gave them that information? What made them think about target heart rate? What made that person think that addressing your heart rate is the way to address your weight problem? I just want to get a little context from that person because immediately red flags go off. I'm not judging the person. It's just that, wait a minute, what's going on here? Tell me what's going on. Where did you get this information? Where did you get this idea? So without knowing you and what you're thinking, obviously you're watching this video because you might have been thinking the same thing. I'm guessing that you think your target heart rate has to do with burning fat. Let's just look at the old bodybuilder method. I used to bodybuild. I've competed in 3 different bodybuilding competitions. I understand the culture. I understand the mindset. I understand where they all got this from. And the bodybuilders, they stay in what's called the fat burning zone. I mean, even the name fat burning zone, it is attractive, isn't it? I mean, who doesn't want to be in the fat burning? I want to be in the fat burning zone when I'm grocery shopping, when I'm vacuuming, when I'm reading my book. We all want to be in the fat burning zone because who doesn't want to burn fat? Every single one of us wants to burn more fat. So it is misleading a little bit when you hear that. And the definition of the fat burning zone is keeping your heart rate between 65 and 72 is a 75% of your max. And the way that you determine that is to actually wear a heart rate monitor around your chest. Polar makes a great one called a Polar H10. That's what I use. And what you do is you put it right around your chest, kind of right up under your boobs, ladies. And then you pair it to your phone app and you set it up with the settings and everything to where it can read you, it knows, and that will give you an accurate percentage of your max heart rate. Using the sensors on those machines is not accurate. So a lot of bodybuilders will track their heart rate while they're doing long duration cardio. And they'll make sure that they keep their heart rate between 65 and 75%. And they believe that is the fat burning zone. But when you think about bodybuilders or somebody who's really lean and you hear of them doing a long duration cardio session and they're keeping their heart rate, they're monitoring their heart rate, they're keeping it in the fat burning zone. Believe me when I tell you that there's so much more going on behind the scenes than just that person monitoring their heart rate or doing their long duration cardio. Getting lean and burning fat is so much more than just being in that fat burning zone. There's diet, there's sleep, there's hydration, there are supplements. There are lots of things that go into that person, that guy or girl that you see maybe in person or on Instagram and you're like, wow, I want to look like that person. I want to be lean and ripped and super, I want to see my muscles. There's a whole lot going into that. So understand that you're wondering, well, what should my heart rate be to burn fat? That's only one very, very small part of the whole equation when it comes to burning fat, getting your body fat down, and staying lean. So you have 3 heart rate zones. You have zone 1, zone 2, zone 3. Zone 1, the fat burning zone, is between 65 and 75%. Zone 2, 75 to 85, and zone 3, 85 to 92, 95. I'm sure my exercise physiologists out there who are watching this are like, oh, Cristy, you got that wrong. Back when I was studying this in college, that's what I remember. If I got that wrong, sorry. But those are the 3 heart rate zones that we monitor when you are doing that. But what you need to understand is that studies have shown you can burn fat in any zone. You can burn fat during HIIT training, high intensity interval training, or you can burn fat during slow, low cardio. You can burn fat when you sleep. You can burn fat when you sit on the recliner. You can burn fat all the time. So don't think that you've got to do a certain kind of exercise and that's the only exercise you have to do in order to burn fat. Believe me, Even if you've never done any exercise, you're burning fat. I mean, how do you think that my clients lose 10% of their body weight every month without shakes, pills, diet foods, or exercise? They ain't doing no exercise, and yet they're losing a ton of body fat because they're burning fat. So you don't specifically need that target heart rate in order to burn fat. Let's get that out on the table so you understand. But even if you were monitoring your heart rate and you were exercising, understand that you can burn fat in any heart rate zone. So what does your target heart rate need to be to lose weight? Your heart needs to be beating to lose weight. Yeah. Listen, don't overcomplicate things. You need to just get yourself off sugar. By getting yourself off sugar, you are gonna force the body to burn body fat. I mean, look, I just had my body fat percentage tested at a professional at a university by an exercise physiologist. I have 40 pounds of fat on me. I do, 40 pounds of body fat. And so if each pound of body fat is roughly 3,500 calories, that means I have 140,000 calories in stored fat on me right now. So if it only takes 1,400 calories to keep me alive each day, that means I'm going to last 100 days of just being on my body fat. If I just drank water, I could go 100 days without eating. That's how much body fat I have. And I know that's an extreme case, but you need to understand that your body is gonna burn fat in the absence of sugar. If you quit giving yourself caramel macchiatos and Pop-Tarts, if you quit eating lean cuisines, if you quit having the package of Swedish fish from the Lowe's checkout, if you quit sneaking a Hershey's Kiss every time you walk by your coworker's desk, if you get off the sugar, your body's not gonna have any choice but to burn fat. And you don't have to monitor your heart rate. Before I go to my next point, I want to hear from you. What has been your thought process when it comes to target heart rate? Were you misled or were you brainwashed to believe that you have to target a certain heart rate in order to burn fat? Comment below because I would love to hear what you think. I have people that come through my custom program and fill out the 33-question questionnaire, of which, by the way, I write all those custom programs myself. I know that might be hard for you to believe, but I do. It's one of the things I love to do. I love to write your custom program. But I have them write down all these exercises they do and all this working out. They talk about ketones and they talk about all these things and they think they know, but yet, hey, like Melinda, you are 75 pounds overweight. I don't care what your exercise is. I don't care what your heart rate zone has been. I don't care where you are athletically. I don't care. When you're 75 pounds overweight, all bets are off. You're in my hands now. Like, you ain't doing something right. I don't care what your clean and jerk is. I don't care what your deadlift is. I don't care. When you're asking for the seatbelt extender on the airplane, it doesn't matter how much you deadlift. You've got to get that weight off. And at this point, we have way bigger problems to address than your target heart rate. I mean, we have a lot of more metabolic issues to get under control when you're that overweight. You don't have to be 70 pounds overweight to be sick. You can be 15, you can be 10, 15, 20, 40 pounds overweight and have metabolic problems. So the last thing on my mind is your target heart rate. Let me tell you, monitoring your target heart rate for weight loss will not do you a hill of beans good if you are not nailing the basics. I'm talking about water every day. I'm talking about make sure you get your gallon of water a day. Look, we're filming right now and I'm keeping my bottle of water right here next to me. This is my third one and we haven't even started. It's early in the morning. Got to stay hydrated. If you're not sleeping, like we like to say, you ain't sleeping, you ain't losing. If you ain't sleeping, it's not going to matter what your target heart rate is. You're not going to lose weight. It doesn't matter if you are in the fat burning zone all the time. You're not going to lose weight because a body senses a lack of sleep as stress and will hang on to body fat as a way to protect you. So you are not sleeping, you will not lose weight. It doesn't matter what else you're doing. And if you are continuing to drive through Carl's Jr., you're continuing to just consume caramel macchiatos and cake pops, if you're continuing with your unhealthy habits of food, you won't lose weight. It's got to be real food. So you got to nail the basics of real food, water, and sleep in order for this whole process to work. If you're not nailing the basics, it is not going to matter what your target heart rate is. You will not lose weight. Look, when I was working with Chris Gethin, when we first locked down in April of 2020, I was bored and I was looking for something and I wanted to go through Chris Gethin's huge program, and we did 12 weeks where I got really lean and ripped. He had me working out towards the end 3 hours a day. And I was working out like a wild woman. And if I made one little mistake on my diet, it would show up on the scale and in progress photos the next day. So I was monitoring my heart rate. I was staying in the target heart rate zones that Chris wanted me to stay in, but it still wasn't powerful enough to undo my diet, because like I said, if I made one single mistake, it was game over. It would show up immediately on the scale and in my progress pictures and in the way I felt. So target heart rate to me is way down on that list when it comes to losing weight. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. That way you're notified when I release a new video. Join our next challenge, because that's a great place to get started. We keep it really simple. We don't talk about heart rate or exercise or fat burning zones or anything in the challenge. We talk about real food, water, and sleep. It's a very basic way to lose 10 pounds in 30 days without shakes, pills, diet foods, or exercise. We have them starting every month. So if you missed the last challenge, you can always get in on this one. I will link it up below. I'll also link up a custom program if you're interested in that. And I'll see you in the next video.